We are live somewhere in Virginia Beach, and we are pleased to announce that Examiner.com has been able to get an interview with one of the main organizers for the Friendship Day event at Redwing Park every year, July 4th. She's going to do this interview with us. I want to introduce Tricia Orpilla. You can drop the pillow. Tricia, there she is. All right. Tricia is here. Tricia, for our audience, I think most folks in Hampton Roads, especially in the Filipino community, know who you are and what events that you're always sort of behind and the groups and everything else. I know you wear like many different hats. But in particular for the Friendship Day event at Redwing Park, what is the name of that organization and what are your titles in regard to that organization?
Okay, the name of the organization that hosts the Fil AM Friendship Day is the Fil American Council of Hampton Roads of Virginia.
Okay. And your job functions or your titles are?
Okay, I believe I'm the third co-vice chair, and I am also the chairman of the entertainment committee.
Good stuff. And as we talked about earlier, this is really like a 2-day event because you guys set up on the prior Friday to the event. Can you let the audience know the amount of volunteers you had and who were those different groups that helped the setup? I know a lot of people come to the event, they don't realize that there are many folks who set up the staging and all the other tents and all that kind of stuff. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. Well, of course, we can't forget Mr. Joseph Ortega, our chairman of the whole festival. He's been chairman for so many years I can't even count on my fingers, and we hope that he'll be the chairman again for next year. There's myself with my group called YFAM, the Young Filipino American Modern Dancers of Virginia. We have Batangas. We also had the Fil AM CAG out there putting signs out. We had Old Dominion University's Filipino Club, FASA, helping out this year for the first time. I'm just trying to think. But, we also had the Virginia Beach Parks and Recs there helping set up the stage and putting out the tables and the tents.
And you guys work, are you there all day Friday, or is it just sort of like afternoon to like dawn, dusk, or?
From what I can tell and from what I know, for the past couple of years, Fil AM CAG has always been there early in the morning putting out the signs, and then everyone else, I know Uncle Joe's always there anyways, with Uncle Phil Diaz, who's the second co-vice chair. They're working hard until the rest of us get there at 4 p.m.
Gotcha.
And then they kind of distribute and let the other groups know where they're going to be, the organizations, for the next day. My youth group is up there, decorating the stage. That way we get a leeway instead of doing it Saturday morning where it's rush. We have the parade going on, so.
But you guys get there Saturday morning before sun up.
7 a.m. Yeah.
Okay. And then
supposed to.
And you and Marie Batista were the Emcees for the parade. I guess that's the first kind of thing that happens. How many organizations are in that procession?
I want to say maybe 30 plus.
Okay.
Organizations.
And there was a prize for best performance, right? Like there were a handful.
There's first, second, and third. I don't remember the prize money. They do get money for participating. Some of them outdo themselves by doing floats or doing a performance in front of the judges. There's about like maybe 5 to 6 judges.
Okay.
And then, I believe first place was ODU FASA. And then second place was my group, the Young Filipino American Modern Dancers. Third place was the Philippine Nurses of Virginia.
Very nice. And we also had a delegation from Olongapo that came for the Sister City project, correct?
Yes.
And that was Mayor Paulino came with about 30 members of his the council and just dignitaries from the city of Olongapo.
Yes, I got to meet them, take pictures. They're really nice people.
Okay, how about some of the talent from what is it? Is it TFC? I guess
Yes, we had the Filipino Channel. They brought the celebrities. We had Sharon Regis.
Okay,
if I'm pronouncing that right. And then we had Jello, who is I guess he's more like a DJ, announcer, pretty well known, and he's from New York. And they both were there, and then they did an hour variety show.
Oh, okay. And so, can approximately how many vendors did we have on Saturday for Friendship Day?
We had about maybe 30 vendors or so, not including all the major sponsors like Farm Fresh, for instance. They've been sponsoring our event by providing free hot dogs and hamburgers and chips. For 30 plus years, and then I believe Sam's Club also donated drinks.
Gotcha. And then the booths are anything from politicians to crafts to apparel.
Yes, I know we had Frank Wagner there,
Okay.
Mar Villanueva, Scott Taylor, and many more. We've had, who else is that? We had Filipino clothing. We had this company called PST Gear. We had LBC out there as well. You know, TFC had different affiliates that was also there doing different things too.
Okay, but there's a main stage with the tent that's after the parade ends around what 9:30 or 10.
Yes.
That's where you have your performances. Can you talk about some of the morning performers, and then we can maybe move into the afternoon? So, right after the procession, who do you have performing on that stage?
I have a church, a Filipino church. I can't really remember the name.
I think it was ICC, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Okay.
ICC. And then after that, we had some performances by the School of Creative and Performing Arts, which is the Philippine Cultural Center's project, QFOOT, the Council of United Filipino Organizations. That's their actual Filipino folk dancing group. So we had them perform.
Okay.
We had my group, YFAM. They did their hip-hop number. And then we did have some cultural dances, too, by Halal Kealani. We had the Mr. Pogi pageant, which is usually held at the PCC the night before. But they were booked, so chairman was like, "Go ahead, put it on stage." So we did.
Okay, and for our non-Tagalog speakers, or Mr. Pogi meaning.
Good looking,
And
handsome.
what are the elements of this contest? It's kind of funny that it's a gender male.
Okay. Well, it's a very humorous pageant where guys battle out for the title of Mr. Pogi, and we have a private interview, an onstage interview, a swimwear competition. They're fully clothed, of course.
Very nice.
They just get to use props, dealing with the beach or, swimming. A talent portion and a formal wear, which they are escorted by a lovely date. And they promenade around the stage with their date. They're all dressed in formal attire. And we had three judges this year. We had Mark Chris, who's one of the original judges that we've had since the very beginning. Marie Bautista, my co-MC, who is she's a former Mrs. Philippines. And then we had Zoe Cruz. He's a international choreographer, dancer. So those were our three judges for the.
And who won Mr. Pogi 2015 this year?
Well, his name is On. I'm not sure what On's last name is. I believe it's Wen.
Okay.
Wen, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Very good. Okay, so we have that, and what else is going on in the afternoon?
Afternoon, we had some martial arts. We had Eskrima, the Filipino fighting martial arts. We had Rina Perilla's group.
Okay.
What is the name of their group? The Beautiful Ladies. Can't think right now.
Yeah, I saw them perform at the Legacy event. Actually,
Yes,
they're
really good. We had a band. Well, we actually had two bands, and we had moved them out to where the picnic area was to provide some type of entertainment for the people in that, out in the wooded area, the organizations.
Can you give us a guesstimate of the number of attendees that come throughout the whole day for the event?
Anywhere between, I would say, 4,000 to 5,000.
Okay.
Or maybe more. It just depends, especially on what artist, is coming from Philippines.
And this is about what it's been over 20 years now that it's been at
30
Redwing.
30 plus.
Okay.
I think 38 years or so.
What was the most what was the best performance that in your mind that you saw out there that day?
Best performance. Oh.
Or
geez.
most crowd pleasing maybe. As far as the
Crowd
vibe.
pleasing.
Yeah.
Probably we had some Tahitian dancing.
Okay.
So, and then I guess second would be maybe singing. There were
Okay.
some, little kids singing. And
Gotcha.
then of course, little kids melt the heart of the audience.
And we had a lot of cultural dances too, obviously, right? Some from
We had Lil Dark Mark too. I forgot. He raps. He does parody rapping.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Very nice.
Really funny guy.
Did you have now the politicians, they do their spiel, but they do that sort of, is that during the
It's actually right after the parade. We give them this segment where they can say what they need to say. And then that's really it. We used to do it in the past where we give them some stage time, but now we just kind of go ahead and take that, care of in the beginning.
Gotcha.
Because our entertainment schedule is pretty tight.
Okay. And so I guess towards the end of the day, you end up wrapping up around what, 4 or 5 o'clock?
Right before 5. Been staying pretty much on schedule. So about before 5 o'clock.
And we got lucky this year. It wasn't as humid as normal.
No. I mean, a lot of people thought that it was going to rain.
Yeah.
last year we had a lot more people than we did this year, but I think people were scared that it was going to rain.
Right, and then obviously after the event, you've got the breakdown crews are
Yes.
similar to the ones that set up, right?
Yes.
See,
I think this year I think setting up was really easy this year and breaking down. It just kind of went smoother for us.
Oh, really? Why? Just because it was more organized, or because people sort of know their roles?
I think throughout the day, as a group, the council actually got together and we all just kind of, knew what our job, after doing it for so many years, you would think anyways.
Yeah.
This year, I think we worked together. We're working together more as a team each year, and it gets better every year.
Oh, good.
So it kind of kept on top of stuff, like cleaning our certain designated areas. I'm doing entertainment, so I make sure, that my kids had gotten our area clean, and the people who was over in whatever area, just try to make sure their area was clean.
Was there an after party just that you had pulled this thing off?
Well, there's an after party, but apparently I fell asleep and I was supposed to wake up and I didn't get to go, and I heard I missed out on a lot at the chairman's house. They said they had a great time doing some karaoke. They had some great food, of course, Filipino food. But yeah, I missed out. I didn't wake up till the very next day.
Were you off to an event on Sunday right after that? Did you have something right after that or no?
Oh yeah, I don't know where I went. I think I was leaving for Canada. I don't know, or was that before?
Okay.
I'm always going somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know Sunday I had somewhere to go.
And so the Council for Fil AM Friendship Day, that committee will start meeting again for next year's event. When?
We used to start right after October. We have our appreciation dinner in October for like a lot of the presidents and leads and officers. And we do elections. So I'm hoping Uncle Joe will remain our chairman.
Right.
Fingers crossed. I do plan, and I believe a lot of them are planning on continuing to hold their office and run for the office again.
Is there a Facebook site for folks if they're interested in donating or getting involved with Friendship Day?
There is a Facebook site. I'm not sure what the exact URL is for that, but if you just type in search Fil AM Friendship Day VA, you can find it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll have them look out for that, and we really appreciate your time today, Tricia. Any last words for our audience in Hampton Roads and around the world?
No, just basically reserve that weekend of July 4th. I don't know if it's going to be on July 4th this weekend. It might be July 3rd, right, if it's a Saturday, or July 2nd. I'm not sure on the official date. We'll let you know sometime in October.
How about individually for you? I know you're doing a lot of stuff with Polyfest all over the place in North Carolina.
Yeah, we have Polyfest August 7th and 8th. It's on 24th Street. 2 days filled of culture, fun, and entertainment. Groups from all over the East Coast, some from the West Coast. Lots of hula, Tahitian, Maori, Tongan dancing, Samoan dancing. We have fire knife dancers both Friday and Saturday night. We have a Miss Polyfest contest Friday evening.
And there's also, I guess the first Phil Fest is kind of collaborating with the city, right? That's going to be
October.
Okay.
I believe that's the third weekend in October.
23rd and 24th. Are you involved? You're involved with that as well, Trish?
Entertainment.
Okay, gotcha. And tell the audience you're also an instructor. You teach dance at a local school, right?
Well, I actually teach all over. I'm a traveling teacher.
Gotcha.
And I have 3 groups that I direct for.
Okay. And lastly, before we close, let everyone know about your Tuesday nights over at the Philippine Cultural Center on Baxter Road.
Oh, every Tuesday we have our hip-hop class that YFAM teaches. We have beginners from 6:30 to 7:30, and then we have 13 to adult. It's more like an intermediate in between advanced class from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's $5. You only pay when you come. So if you don't come, you don't have to pay.
And you've had guest choreographers like Zoe Cruz and there's obviously a Facebook site for that as well.
Yes, you just type in YFAM hip hop classes and it'll show up. Even if you go on the Philippine Cultural website, you'll see that as well on there listed.
Well, thank you, Ms. Orpilla. I really appreciate your time today. This really actually helps with my write-up that I've got to do for Auntie Lydia Villanueva for the banner. Thanks and have a great day.
Thank you.